Folks, this is John with Ozarks Backroads with you. We're back out in the woods again today. We're in north central Arkansas, down below Mountain Home, Arkansas. We're out on the mighty Ibex, or CFMOTO Ibex 800T, or 2023 model. We're taking a drive through a big section in the Ozarks National Forest. A really pretty area. One of my favorite places in the Ozarks. So we may find some cool stuff. There was a cool spring right there coming out of the bottom of that bluff, or under that hill, and a lady was there filling her jugs. She thought she really found a treasure there, some natural spring water. I tell you, I grew up in this area in the Ozarks, and I used to climb in a lot of caves. I've been in a bunch of caves in the Ozarks as a kid especially, and I've seen what's in there, and there's no way I would drink that natural spring water. But I didn't tell her that. I don't think it ain't gonna kill her. She's been drinking it. The water isn't filtered. It's just groundwater that makes its way down into those caves and then runs out, like right there under the hill. Man, there's all kinds of nasty stuff, animals, and you find all kinds of things in those caves. Don't drink out of the springs in the Ozarks or anywhere else. It's not what you might think it is. They've had quite a bit of rain down here. These dirt roads are wet, so that's really good. Got the mighty Ibex. We just did the valve check on it. We took a look at the camshafts, the cam lobes on it, and everything looks pretty good with the Ibex. The cam lobes look excellent, and the valve clearance was good. So I think we're good for another season at least out of it. Here's a little house place. Used to be a little house sitting right here on the side of this under this hill. You can see there's a root cellar right here. There's an old foundation, some rock work up on the side of the hill. That thing was really built into the side of the hill, but it's all gone. The only thing really is some foundation in this cellar, root cellar, that's left. All right, looks like we're going up a pretty good hill right here. Man, these roads are in excellent shape. No dust. My kind of deal here for sure. Pretty washboardy here on some of these corners and on this hill. The Ibex doesn't quite have the suspension travel that the Tiger has, so it's a little firmer. It doesn't soak those washboards up on these gravel roads quite as well as the Tiger. The Tiger's a lot more plush. It's got a couple of inches more suspension to work with, so they had to keep this suspension a little firmer and not quite as much of it. Yeah, I was really tickled to get a look at the camshafts on this Ibex, do the valve check. The cam lobes look great, no wear. So I believe they're going to be all right. It's not going to suffer from the KTM camshaft fiasco that's been going on. I think they got this newer version of the motor kind of dialed in a little better. So far, I don't know anybody that's had any cam troubles on a CFMOTO, an Ibex, or an MT 800 MT, or an Ibex 800. I've not seen any. I've been watching. So far, no reports of cam load troubles. I hope it stays that way. My ears are popping. We're climbing and climbing up through here. Just keep going up. Maybe we'll get a view up here somewhere. That'd be nice. Boy, this hill just keeps going and going. Kind of turning into a goat trail with grass growing up in the middle of the road there. So we got grass in the middle of the road. We're on the right road. We know that much. Let's take a look right here. Oh, our bike will stand up. Are you good? Yeah. There's a view for you right there. Oh boy. Really pretty. Some big knobs back there. Got a bunch of trees in the way though. Not going to be the most scenic picture we've ever taken. All right. Let's continue on. Try to cover some ground today, not to mess around too long. Looks like I took a wrong turn. Yet again. Little cabin here, abandoned now, but it's got aluminum storm windows and stuff. They were living in that probably in the 1970s or so. Looks like they've given up. Yeah, we're in the government woods now, I do believe. My Midas E07 Plus tires I've got on here are just about done. There's not much tread left on the front or the back. We've got about 10,000 miles on the front tire and about almost 5,000 on the rear. 5,000 is what I got out of the first rear tire, so I'm going to say I get about 5,000 miles out of a rear Midas E07 and about 10 out of the front. So I'll probably buy another front tire, another Midas E07. I may go with a different rear tire. Try to find something that'll get a little better mileage. Yeah, we're down in it now. Woolly boogers are afraid to go in here. So we got a crossroads here, and I want to go both ways. So we'll go down this way first. We're going to go look at Sylamore Creek. There's a little recreational area down here on Sylamore Creek. We'll see if it's got any water after all the rain. My back brake's kind of squeaky. Got all kinds of brake pad, but it's still squeaky. Probably a little glazed, I imagine. Seems to work all right though. Woo! This is where you don't want to screw up right here. Man. There's no, you drop your bike off in that, you ain't gonna get it out of there. You're gonna have to winch it out with a wrecker truck, and it's probably gonna get a little roughed up. It does not get any better than this. This is a camping area. You can camp right here where this vehicle's parked. That is a campsite. And this is Sylamore Creek right here. Got a really nice bluff. A bunch of green lichen growing on top of it there. It's got a little water in it. I imagine it didn't look this good before our last little rain we just had. We'll pull over here. They got a convenient little parking spot for motorcycles. They were thinking of us when they poured this bridge. We had a look at Bark Shed Rec Area here, recreational area. Got the bridge over the Sylamore Creek. We flew the drone down the creek and back up. That was kind of cool. We'll go continue on up this road along this old ancient river bluff here. Whew, I got warmed up down there on the creek, stomping around in the brush. This feels pretty good right here. Yeah, this is pretty neat through here. Got a little creek at the bottom down here and a bunch of old Creek Bluff. Kind of like Jurassic, looks like a Jurassic Park kind of a scene right here. Yeah, the hill gets pretty steep up here towards the top. Washes out. Really washed out there. Ooh, woolly booger. This is where you see them. That is just pretty darn neat right there. I like this kind of stuff. It's what motorcycles were invented for, to ride in this kind of stuff here. We'll go back up this hill and we got another area, another little creek on the other side of the mountain I wanted to look at and see how much rain they got. They got a dam that was built back in the works days, back in the early 1900s, on a little creek. It's pretty cool. It's a mason area, a rock block dam. It was hand laid, giving people jobs during the Depression and right after the Depression. That's what the works projects were for, put people to work. And they built a dandy little dam there in a park. It's really pretty. And it's almost 100 years old now. The Forestry Service has thinned the timber out all along through here, so you can kind of see through the forest a little bit. Makes it a lot prettier. They left the big hardwoods. They want these pines to grow. They like the pine trees, but they leave the big hardwoods when they do that too. So it's not all pines, it's a mix. All right, I think we're gonna start working our way off of this big hill we're on, this mountain, and start heading for the bottom. And there's our road. I can see our road down down in the bottom there that we're heading for. There it is down there. I predict a switchback, folks. I just don't see any other alternative here. Got more road down there. Man, this is pretty. So this is the one-lane bridge that goes over the creek here. It's an old one from the 20s or 30s, concrete bridge. And we're up in the air. It's pretty high right here. Got the creek down there. Got a nice bluff across there. We'll go look at this little dam they built back in the day on this. There's a little creek right here that runs into this other creek. It's kind of cool. So this is a campground down here. There's quite a few camp spots. This was built during the works projects in the 20s or 30s, probably in the 30s, early 30s, 1930s. So here's one of the campsites here at Gunner Pool Recreational Area and Campground. You can see the rock work they did. This was all done back in the 1930s. Here's a place to pull your truck and your trailer in. So right here next to the campground is Gunner Creek. and it's full of moss. The water's been so low, the moss has grown in it. But it's pretty cool. It's got a an old bluff there. So here's the top of the dam that they built back in the day. You can kind of see the bluff over there that they tied the dam into. That's all native stone there. I don't know if it was quarried or where it came from. It doesn't look like it may be quarried or cut stone. There's a lot of rocks in that dam. That's pretty sweet. This is probably the number one camp spot right here, I'm guessing. Back your trailer out on that and you're right on the edge of the creek. You get first dibs on all the mosquitoes. They got to get past you to get to anybody else. All right, we're gonna head for the highway and then we're gonna go over a local attraction, Highway 341, and people come from all around to ride this particular little highway. Some old bluff there, that's pretty cool. The river's way down there now, but the bluff's way up here where it was at one time. I'm guessing it's been a day or two. So the suspension on this bike here is pretty stiff on these washboards. I'm kind of missing the Tiger. It soaks those things up a lot better than this does. We just got on Highway 341 here, south of Mountain Home, off of Highway 201. It's a pretty cool road. Now they've chip and sealed this thing recently, and it's got a lot of gravel sprinkled on it, so you do have to be careful when they do that. This is one crooked Jezebel, this road here, and folks come from all around to ride it. And, ooh, there's an armadillo crossing the road. So if you like curves, this is the road for you right here. If Tail of the Dragon's too far away from you and you're closer to northern Arkansas, you can come ride this thing. It's a faster road than 129 is there on Tail of the Dragon at Robbinsville, North Carolina. It's got more straight stretches. It's a bigger road. It's like a girlfriend I once had. It's got all kinds of curves. I believe this is Sneed, if I'm saying that right, pronouncing it right, Sneed Creek Hill right here. I think Sneed Creek is at the bottom of this thing. I know it's got some pretty steep or pretty sharp curves on it. Pretty big grade right here. And the gravel just makes it so much better. I mean, that's the icing on top. We'll see if there's a sign on this creek, see if I got it right. I may have screwed it up, it may not be right at all. Okay, Sneeds, S-N-E-E-D-S, Sneeds Creek. I was close, I didn't screw it up too bad. Well, we got clouds this afternoon. Weatherman said there was a 0% chance of rain today, so I'd say there's a good chance I'll get wet before I get home. Usually how that works. So this is the White River right here. Look at that bluff. Woo, that's a bluff. It's a house right there on the end of it. Another one over here. And there's the White River. And a big old river bluff way up in the air. Well, folks, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, checking out some of the Ozarks National Forest here just below Mountain Home, Arkansas, north central Arkansas. A beautiful area. The big Ibex has done really well today. It does good on those forest roads. It handles really nice on those. It's pretty pleasant to ride. I invite y'all to come back and see me. We'll jump on something and go somewhere. Till I catch up with you again, y'all take care of yourselves. We'll catch you next time.